Somehow you say it slipped right off your hand. And when I ask about those boxes stacked there by the door, you say it's just some old things you don't wear no more. I didn't make it all the way through school, but my mama didn't raise any fool. I may not be the Einstein of our time, but honey, I'm not dumb and I'm not blind. This ain't my first rodeo. This ain't the first time this old cowboy's been thrown. This ain't the first I've seen this dog and pony show. Honey, this ain't my first rodeo. This ain't my first rodeo. This ain't the first time this old cowboy's been thrown. This ain't the first I've seen this dog and pony show. Honey, this ain't my first rodeo.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
And you're listening to WOOPLP, Cleveland, Tennessee. WOOP FM is a broadcasting service of the Traditional Music Resource Center, and we play America's original music.
Another SOS, and you're stressing, and that's the time to check in. Check into cash, check in. When you have a cash emergency, you check in. We understand the urgency. Check in to get your loans and more. You gotta check in with your check into cash. Walk in, call in, click in, go all in. Check into cash in, check into cash. Your one-stop money shop. Check into cash.
Are the holidays stressing you out? I can help. Wrap up your gift shopping at the $5 fashion jewelry sale at U.S. Money Shops in Cleveland, Tennessee. All pieces are brand new, brand name, and just $5 each. The sale includes jewelry from White House Black Market, The Loft, Chico's, and many more. Find a pair of earrings, a bracelet, or a necklace for someone special and treat yourself as well. The sale will be at the U.S. Money Shops Warehouse, 460 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, Tennessee, December 14th through the 16th. See you there.
No dealers allowed.
All right, folks, welcome to WOOP FM 99.9. Coach Schriver on the morning show. And hope everyone is doing well. Enjoy that, man. The last time you're going to hear it from me.
Rawhide.
Rawhide. Oh, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. All right, folks. Coach Schriver here in the morning show. Kind of a bittersweet day for me here today. It's going to be my last show. Very, very, I really hate it. Sorry about it. But, you know, that's the way it goes. You have to, you come, you go, you do what you can while you're here. I feel very, 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 very fortunate to have had the opportunity to be here and talk to y'all and to try to put out some good stuff here about Bradley County and Cleveland. The goal of this thing, I posted last night to everybody, all my Facebook friends. The goal of this project when I took it on was to expose all of our service organizations here, and we started this 6 months ago, just after the summer was over, and try to get in all, you know, we've had fire, we've had police, we've had the schools. We spent the whole month of December talking to schools and principals and directors, and the sad part about it is I didn't get a chance to get all of the principals, all the representatives. You know, I never got into a lot of the political people, the council, the commission. All that was part of the plan for the first year, and so that's been cut off, and I do feel sorry about that. One of the reasons is because of the fact that I have decided to run for mayor of Cleveland, and so they feel like that is a conflict of interest. I had never planned on using it as a political forum or anything like that, but hey, I understand the whole process, and so I'm willing to. I just appreciate, number one, getting the opportunity to do it. I appreciate WOOP FM giving me the chance. Mr. Brantley there, Daniel, got me involved in it. It took him a little persuading, but I caved, and it's been fun. I'm really, really glad I did it. It's been a joy. I never know how many people are really listening, but for those of you that are, I have appreciated it and do appreciate everything that you have done and listening and trying to get up and trying to, be early. All the coaches and people I've had in, and here I see there's another thing. So I never got to get into all the coaches and all the sports, and there was just so much out there, a vision out there to do so much information out there for people to see and hear what's going on in our community, because it is so good. And I do love it. And that's one reason why I push it, and have done it from day one. And that was way back before my political thing came up. That happened just in the last couple weeks, so I'm not going to go any further than that. Anyway, today, still got my sidekick here with me, Mr. Cassida, who I want to thank personally. For the last few weeks, he has come in here and helped, been my sidekick, been so helpful. I can't imagine. With all the stuff you have to have at this board and everything going on with the computer and the boards and the YouTube and everything and the internet and all that, it's hard for one person to do. So he's been so helpful, especially on that YouTube stuff. And some of the, most of the information and stuff that comes in, he brings. And by the way, okay, hey, this is one thing I forgot to bring up here. I ought to do that first thing anyway. You know what today is? We have these. We've been working on these national. That was another thing I was hoping to do, too, in that first year, was to try to get through most of the national days, which, that's hard to do when there's 1,500 of them. So that was going to be a 3-year project, okay? All right, but today is National Groundhog Day.
Yep. National Groundhog Day. They've got out in Pennsylvania. I just saw it on news. They're dancing around.
Are they?
Waiting for the old groundhog to come out.
Well, I just want to know, Tom, did you see your shadow this morning?
Well, I was talking to a farmer the other day. He said the poor old groundhog's not going to see his shadow. He's out pitting the field up the other day. So. No, I think we will see our shadow today.
I kind of think so, too. I just can't believe it's over.
So be 6 months more winter if we see a shadow.
But again, folks, groundhog, that's been around for a long time. We got all the groundhogs out there and everything. Here comes our guest today.
Another one was Bubblegum Day.
Yeah?
It's Bubblegum Day also, so.
Our guests for today are just showing up out here. We appreciate them coming in. They don't realize it maybe, but today they are the last guests that I will have. This is my last day, and I hate it, but since I've had some political aspirations, they tell me I can't do this anymore. So just sit down. Don't worry about what you're saying. Hey, buddy, how are you? All right, so we got our guests here today. We'll talk to them in a little while. We'll pick their brains. The two of them together ought to come out to one. So anyway, huh? Oh, you got 4 more coming? No, 4 total. 4 total.
We got a house full tonight.
Oh my gosh,
Coach.
We're going to have a forum. This is unbelievable. Is it just the fact that she didn't have the confidence to come by herself and she wanted all this reinforcement?
No, that's not the case at all. I'm telling you, Patty does a great job for the city, so she didn't have to have any sports. She stands tall and proud.
I know.
For Park and Recreation.
I know Patty for a long time.
Yeah.
She was one of my aces back in the day. We won't say how far back, but I could always count on her and my girls and everything, and love them to death. And great times and great memories.
Coach, you want to talk about wrestling a little bit? Wrestling today.
This weekend starts today.
Mm-hmm.
We got the duals championships over there in Franklin at the Williamson Ag Center. Cleveland, I haven't even looked at that. I apologize. I should have done that, see who they started off with today. I don't think it really matters.
I think it starts with a C. Sentinel, something like that.
Oh, Sentinel?
Sure. Sentinel. I think
all
that's
right,
who
that
it is.
could be it. And
when I saw it.
Like I said, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't see them having a bit of competition in this tournament this weekend. I think most of their people are back healthy. When we wrestled the dual region last week, they had 4 or 5 guys out that were sick and injured and stuff like that. But I think they're pretty much back to full strength. They've got a couple with the flu, but I think most of those are their second tier guys. So hopefully they can stay healthy for the next couple days and bring home the bacon again this year.
Coach, I got a fact here. Combination of individual record this year. Do you know what it is for Cleveland?
No.
The Raiders?
Tell me.
338 to 77. That's
Okay.
a point.
That's the individual.
Individuals. That's their record overall.
Well,
So they're one of the most
They're-
dominant teams in state history right
I'm
now.
gonna tell you, it's been a great year for them. It's been an unbelievable year. They haven't really had any serious competition. Now, last week at the duels, Saudi Daisy decided to wrestle them for the championship. I think they felt like since Cleveland was down a little bit, had a few people out and stuff. And they were smart. They really did a good job because it came down. They went through the whole thing. They came down. I think the score was 33 to 27, and they wrestled all the matches. So they had Saudi had a good plan. And again, that will be I feel like that'll be their main competition again this weekend, and they should be in the finals tomorrow night. So anyway, we wish Cleveland the best, Coach Knox and all his people, and hope they do well and bring that trophy back with us again this year to our community. As long as we got Bradley getting it, or us getting it, or Walker Valley getting it, bringing it to us, we don't care who's winning. We just want it to stay here in Bradley County and Cleveland. So anyway, that's a good thing. What do you got for me on basketball?
Basketball, yeah, we got basketball coming up tonight. We got Cleveland at Ooltewah, Saudi Daisy at Bradley Central, and Sweetwater at Polk County. Also, the Lady Vols pulled away from number 14 Aggies last night. They won 82 to 67.
All right.
Okay.
I hope
UConn women also routed out South Carolina girls 83 to 58. Made a statement last night.
Big.
Yeah.
That's
and
big.
we talked earlier, they had UT Mocs. Coach Forrester hit a milestone.
900 wins.
900 wins last night.
My
So that
gosh,
was
he's been around. He's older than me, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, he's
And
done a heck of
also,
a job.
last thing is Super Bowl is this weekend.
What's
I'll
that?
mention that.
What'd you say?
Well, Super Bowl's this weekend.
Something?
But
I don't know anything about that sport anymore.
yeah. So
NFL and I have no connections anymore.
yeah,
I couldn't tell you right now who's in it. Well, that's not true. I do know.
we'll
who's
leave
in
it at that.
To be honest with you, I don't care. Okay, so we've got what else we got? Oh, I know. This is big, folks, right here, especially for Bradley County. The governor has issued a letter. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Secretary will receive in a few days, he's sending a letter there to urge them to approve the federal funding for the long-awaited state veterans home. Bradley County is sure to get some attention. We need to do some clapping here, buddy. It is clear.
Set me up there.
Huh?
You got me up?
Oh, yeah, always.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Anyway, it is clear you hold veterans of all eras in high regard, which is why I am writing you on behalf of veterans in my state, specifically those in Bradley County, wrote Governor Haslam. The Cleveland and Bradley County communities, including all the representatives and senators and everybody in the political aspect, have raised more than $7 million in local funding to secure 28.29 acres in donated land.
Yeah.
The governor noted that 43% Tennessee residents over age 65 approval of $7 million in state appropriations for this worthy venture that will provide quality health care for aging veteran population in this area. Thank God.
Yeah.
This has been a long time coming, and this is what we need all over this country, folks. We're so concerned about these illegals and bringing them in and giving everybody they know from this chain stuff, giving them everything they want. And we got veterans, we got homeless veterans, we got our own homeless. Again, as I've always said, and I'll let you get on that soapbox. I'm sorry I ran out. I don't have my soapbox with me today. But a man here gave me an actual soap.
Pause. We ate out of the box.
What, you heard
itself.
the latest one?
Yeah.
Heard the latest one? Hey, welcome. I'm telling you, we got a. Well, I agree. There's a chair over here. Just throw that coat on the floor. You got one there? Whatever. We're just glad to have all these people with us from the rec department. This young lady's organized. See, she knows how to do it. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, we were talking about Tide Pods. All right, you know what the next one is? The next one is the if you don't have a Tide Pod handle, you just go up in your attic and have a little of that insulation. Just chew on some of that insulation, and that'll help take care of you. It's amazing what we can come up with and what these people can come up with to put into their bodies to destroy them.
Yeah.
And this opioid thing has just been, I'm telling you, it's just sick. Okay.
Coach, let's go with a piece of music right now, and we'll come back. Get
All
to
right.
the guest.
Yeah, you got one of my favorites. This
How about
is, again,
the Beach
folks,
Boys?
This is my last show, and you people are archived today to be on my last show on this station. Whoop FM 99.9, 614-5553. So happy to be with you. So sad to be leaving you. But this is one of my favorite songs. You know I'm a 60s person. Go to it, big guy.
All right.
Oh, my man. Beach Boys. I was brought up with these people. See, most of the people in here weren't even born.
Like California, you see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too, a bushy blonde hairdo, surfing USA. You'll catch them surfing at the Ventura County line, Santa Cruz and Cal, Australia, Caribbean, all over Manhattan, and down the Meany Way. Everybody's gone surfing USA. We'll all be planning out a route we're gonna take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboard, we can't wait for June. We'll all be gone for the summer, we're on safari to stay. Tell the teacher we're surfing USA. Pacific Palisades, San Onofre Sun, Redondo Beach and LA, all over La Jolla, at Waimea Bay. Everybody's gone surfing USA. Surfing USA. Everybody's gone surfing USA. Everybody's gone surfing USA. Yeah, everybody's gone surfing USA.
All right, folks, welcome back to Whoop FM. Coach Schriver in the morning show here with my sidekick, Mr. Tom Cassida. Running out our last day here today. We got 45 more minutes. We got a lot to go on over this today. We've got Miss Patty Tinsley in here. One of my girls from way back. I won't say how many way backs. She was one of my statisticians, my bat girls. She just did whatever I needed to have done. That was back in the day where I just turned everything over to my girls and they got it all done. I didn't have to worry about anything. That was so great. That's why it doesn't surprise me that she's the leader of this organization right here because of her leadership skills from high school. I must have trained her well, you know?
I think you had us all, Coach. You had me also, so.
Well, I know.
you
See, I've
an
had
impression
a
on
lot
everybody.
of people. I think probably I've had a couple relatives somewhere down the line, too. And so, Patty, good to have you with us. Now, you're going to have to get up to being as short as you are and everything. You need to get that lovely mouth up there where you can speak. And any of you all, when you're on here, you're going to have to talk to the microphone here. Patty, it's good to have you, dear.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, you're going to have to speak up, honey. Clean up there close to that, okay? All right, now, give us a little background, Patty. How long you been with the rec department?
I have been with the rec department going on 32 years.
No, that's not possible.
Yes. I have been director.
You said you were
13.
old, Coach. You said you were old. You said it first.
She was
show.
just in high school 25 years ago. How did she get 32 years in the rec department? Oh, come on, girl. Don't give me that. And introduce your people you've got here with you.
I have got Dan Hartman, who is my assistant Parks and Recreation director, and also the forester.
Oh, he's a big tree man. He's been around I've been to a lot of his plantings.
He's been here 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Leah Banks, and she runs the South Cleveland Community Center. And I've got Shanika Jones, and she runs College Hill Recreation Center.
I remember when you were hired. I just got to thinking about it. I was at that meeting at the city council meeting when you were, as I looked at you, and I think I talked to you that day too about the fact I had one of your parents maybe. Anyway, good to have you all with us. Thank you so much for taking the time, getting up. I know you probably don't have to be into work before 9 o'clock normally, so so this is a real
schedule already, Coach.
this is a real early time for you guys. So I know there's a sacrifice out there, and I know what a mean person she is as far as having to work for you. So anyway, work for her. Excuse me. All right, Patty, give us a little background also on. All right, say number of employees that the rec department is dealing with. How do we stand there?
We have 30 full-time employees, and then during the summer we probably have 150.
Yeah. You get all those people that do the parks, cleanup, mowing, all that kind of, are those part-time jobs, summer jobs for kids, that kind of thing?
Yes, and lifeguards.
Lifeguards. Oh,
and
yeah.
then those centers have a summer camp, and so they hire quite a few helpers there.
Well, that's a pretty good group of people. And how many parks do we have, or how many areas? Now, I know we're talking about, folks, as we've been talking on this show about service organizations in our community, the domino effect. It doesn't matter who you work for. Your job affects somebody else, another organization, another service organization, all these kind of things. It doesn't, that's why it's so important to be collaborative, working together, and all these kind of things. How many parks do we have in the community?
We have Tinsley Park, Fletcher Park, Deer Park. We just built a new park at Blythe Oakfield.
Mm-hmm.
Both centers have a playground, and Stewart School, that's our park. We also have a small one at Arnold Elementary, Greenway Park, Fletcher.
That's out in my old neighborhood. All right, the Greenway. I know you're a big part of that. That has been such a great thing. The vision back there in the day with Van and Benny and all the other people involved in that, and I know I've hurt somebody and left them out, but what Cameron has done with this, his blood and guts and love, and so it's really come a long way, and it got a long way to go. I'm very impressed with this new addition you got going in down by the steakhouse, Chick-fil-A and all that down in there going into Tinsley.
Castile Connector.
Yep.
Is that the Castile Connector?
Yes.
Yeah, for Janice Castile.
Janice Castile. I didn't. My wife bought me a Christmas present from her son, Janice's son,
Mm-hmm.
a little puppy. I was up at 3:30 with that little sucker this morning.
What kind of puppy?
A little Cocker Spaniel. Just happen to have
Yeah.
a picture here. I'll show you
Okay.
later.
Corky 4, right?
Corky 4.
Corky 4.
Corky. And they're all cockers. And he's the cutest little devil, except at 3:30 in the morning when he's whining.
You have to go on the Greenway and walk with him now, Coach.
And the dog park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You ever take him to dog park?
he's young. I'm waiting for him to get all his
Well, they
shots.
got a small
No, we're getting
dog
off pace
park.
here. This is not what we're here to talk
Well,
about.
we're just trying to let the community be informed of what we have in the city. We do have a
I
dog
know,
park.
and I appreciate
there's a small dog park. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right.
But you do need to get all the shots
Oh,
before.
yeah. I don't want
We're not just talking about the
I want
dog.
to keep him. I don't want.
We're not talking about the dog.
This
You got to
is
make sure you get
probably
all your shots.
my last. Sorry, folks. You've heard of bird walking. I think we just took a big one. Okay. What were we on? Oh, the Greenway. What's going on? That's interesting. It's really spread out. Tell us about the new sections that you're working on. Where are they going? And where is the future going on that?
Well, the sections we're working on is the Castile Connector. And also from Willow Street to the Village Green. I guess there's still some land to obtain there or figure out how they're going to get across the creek.
Right. I saw that the other day. I hadn't really noticed that big, but the other day I was driving up and I noticed that over there. coming across Willow, and then right there it was going on up there. That's neat. I saw where it shut down too. So
We would love to, at some point, be able to go from the new school into Rolling Hills that way, and at some point hook on to Fletcher.
Yeah, that's a Candies Creek project.
maybe I tell you what I bet you can do. I bet you can have that greenway built from the new school to Fletcher Park.
Yep.
Before they get the road in out there.
Well, I don't know if that's the case, Coach, but that is a dream that we have out there in the 3rd District. I can tell you
I'm
that.
guessing the chances of you getting that done are better than...
You may be right.
If I understand correctly, it could be 22 before we see that. So that's another soapbox. All right. So anyway, you're going to have to keep me on track. I'm totally screwed up today because I'd
like to ask Patty about some of the
emotional.
projects we got come up. We got Tinsley Park's got some great things happening in it. You want to talk about that?
We have a new tennis complex that is in construction right
That's exciting.
now. Yes, it's going to be really nice. They plan on having it completed, I would say, probably by the 1st of May.
Mm-hmm.
They're really hitting it hard, and that way we'll have nice tennis courts for the summer. We just finished Blythe Oldfield Park, which, if you have not been over there, you need to see that. It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I've been by it, but I haven't had a chance to go in and just look at it. So
We're revitalizing Deer Park. I
Great.
think all of us have played at Deer Park at some point. I had the first birthday party I ever had was at Deer Park.
I tell you what, that's been a big
And
thing.
also Deer Park, what's coming at Deer Park also? What we're going to have? Pickleball?
Oh, pickleball.
Courts.
Yes,
For the people out there
You know,
listening.
for a game that I never even heard of a few years ago, that thing is going crazy.
Yeah.
Evidently down in Florida and all these, like the, what do they call it, like villages and that kind of stuff, those kind
You're
of
not going to
places.
say retirement, are you, Coach?
Retirement? What's that? I never heard of it. I never heard of retirement.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Villages. We'll call
Leah.
them villages.
At the community center, they have been playing pickleball there for quite some time.
Well, that's good. Leah, pull that thing up to you and let's see if that's working. I'm not sure if it is or not.
Yeah. Just go ahead and talk.
Go ahead and say
Go
it.
ahead.
Hello.
Speak up loud.
Hello.
No, you're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to slide that over. Just rotate it. Sorry about that. Well, tell us about pickleball.
Well, we've been having it at the center for at least 6-7 years now.
Really?
And they play on Thursday mornings right now. They alternate when they're out of school and stuff for the kids and everything. So
How many people do you have play, or is it quite a few?
yeah, quite a
Yeah.
few.
So
Usually on Thursdays right now, I would say anywhere between 30 and 40 at least.
What's the breakdown on age? There's a lot of senior people, right?
we're not going to discriminate against age now,
We're
Coach.
not
Everybody
talking-
can play.
Age is a number.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
They move better than I do. That's the only thing I can say. And it's impressive.
the only reason I say that is I know a number of people who play it,
Oh, yeah.
and so I like to give them a little kidding every now. See, they're all older than me, and I'm the only one that's still 50. So that's just the way it goes. So
50-something, right? So we'll say 50-something.
Hey.
30-some.
you know of the Rodney Dangerfield effect.
No respect.
No respect. Okay. All right. She's really?
Yeah.
Get over here so we can talk to you. I want to ask this young lady. You're at College Hill now. Tell us about the membership or the numbers of people that you find that come in there on a regular basis to your program.
Here recently, it's been mostly the seniors and older adults because the kids are in their sports. We may get a lot of kids on Saturdays or in the late afternoons with the youth basketball going on. We have a lot of kids coming and practicing. But right now, it's mostly the seniors and the adults that come in throughout the day.
Okay. Average numbers on a weekend, maybe on a Saturday. What are you talking about?
On a Saturday, as far as teens, we may get anywhere from 100 to 120,
Great.
something like that.
It's so good to have those places for people. My daughter played basketball at your center back in the day, and I won't tell how old she is because she may be listening. And are we going that number again? Age. It's just not right, folks. Okay, so Patty, you have been at this business for a long time. You've worked for a number of people, and you've had the expertise of having a father who instructed you and led you, right? Huh? Yeah. I'm sorry about this, folks. We got a dead mic, but we didn't know she's going to bring the whole town in, so that's where we got a little short there. So
it's that village again, Coach.
It's that village. Hey,
yeah.
Takes a village, and that's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Together, working together, being together. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, your dad kind of led you on that. Now, how long was your dad in charge of that?
He was city commissioner. It was back when it was commission form of government for 27 years. He was first elected when I was 5. So I have literally been in it all my life.
Okay. Well, that's good. So you've had some good training up, and I'm sure that Mr. Hartman over here, I want him to give us a little insight into all the foliage that is coming or has come. And it seems like every day I drive around, go down, I see a tree that's new or I see something. And occasionally I'll see some that have disappeared, which especially over there on Raider Drive when we cut down all those trees over there, that seemed I hated to see that. I understood the reasoning, though. But how about what you got going on now that's going to help brighten up our city?
Well, actually, the big thing we got going now is the Castile connector. I've got 87 trees ordered that will be going in that
That's
section.
Great.
And actually, we're going to have an interesting day with that. The tree board has decided to do a community plant on March the 10th and get as many volunteers out there to help plant them and try to, it's Arbor Day time anyway, so we're going to pull all that together for Arbor Day and do the tree planting. So
that's great.
We're still working out details.
Right. What kind of trees are we going to be planting?
There's, let's see, there's some willow oaks, some pagoda dogwoods. We got some black gum. There's, I got, hopefully, when they come in, there'll be some what they call white bottle brush buckeyes.
Now we're in Tennessee now. We're not in Ohio.
These are all native stuff.
No, I don't want to hear buckeye. Okay, that's not good.
Be nice color, real nice color on those. Let's see. I'm trying to go from memory here, and I think there's some tulip poplars if I remember right, and I think there's 7-8 total species of.
That's
of
great.
those.
That's great. How long is that whole section there going to be?
If I remember right, it's about 3/4 of a mile from McCoy all the way over to where it ties into Tinsley back into the parking lot.
It's a good sized section.
Real nice, yes.
That's good. Now, how far out do we go now beyond? I know we went past Home Depot. We got out there. Have we gone beyond that now?
We have gone beyond Mohawk Drive, which is the north side of Home Depot, close to 1/4 of a mile. That's where the property ends that the city owns.
Okay, all right. And that's where it's going to stop? There won't be anything going beyond that?
On paper, they've got it all the way to the soccer complex.
Oh, okay.
That's just still working out details for, property permission and acquisition, that kind of stuff.
All right, so how many miles of the Greenway do we have available now?
Continuous from just south of Willow to that area north of Mohawk is a little bit over 4.5 miles one way. Then you add in the Castile connector and the area over by behind Mayfield School up to the bypass. I think that's probably close to about 1/2 mile itself. So you're looking over.
It's a great Greenway is such a great thing. I can remember when we first started all that, and I remember doing an editorial for the paper once. And when we had that little section down there on Key Street that they couldn't. I guess it was a property problem. You could never get because it was paved up to here, and then you had a gap. And then it was paved beyond, and it was kind of like what I called it a clot. You had a clot in your blood system, and we got to get that clot out of there so we can get the flow. But anyway, no, that's a great thing we got going. Patty, what else have we got going in the rec department that's crucial to our community and people are going to really look forward to? Or anything new coming? Any visions?
Well, we would like to build a new playground in each district. That's Joe and I have talked, and we're starting one at behind Blythe Bower, not a playground, but we're going to do a multi-purpose field there with a track around it. So that's our vision. We'd like to keep building parks and recreation and just make it even better than it is right now.
There's one thing funny y'all came out with. Y'all came with the parks with themes now. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it you know how parks are usually all the same way, so they've actually came out with themes. And one at Blythe is more towards
Blythe Oldfield is like the Ocoee River. We wanted it to be like the Ocoee River. And it's got a little river running through it with rocks and trees down.
Y'all are getting fancy, aren't you?
Oh, yes. And then the vision for Deer Park is like playing in your backyard. We want to have a big tree house and just different obstacles like back when you would just go out and play like we used to back in the day.
That you used to stay out all day and up until dark and nobody even looked for you.
Yeah.
You just showed up at home at dusk because if you didn't, you got your butt whipped. And there's no clocks, there's no cell phones. When the sun went down, your tail was at home, right?
That's right.
Okay, that's long gone, folks. I hate to tell you.
I know. It's
Anyway,
sad.
well, let's see. Mr. Cassidy, you got to have something more to go on here. What do you got?
well, I just
Being a councilman, you should have a
well,
lot of questions.
I want to say this: all the city and the park and recreation, the community, and everything. All her staff does a wonderful job in keeping up the facilities, maintaining the facilities, making sure that people are safe out there. So they work very hard on that, and I appreciate everything they do.
Yeah, it's obviously a well done, well oiled machine. I remember my son-in-law back when he was in high school. He went to that other school, Bradley, and he.
Well, I just remember Bradley when I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that
You know,
on the
we beat-
radio? No.
We beat
Went Bradley.
we beat Cleveland all 4 years when I played football.
Okay,
So
all right. Here we go again. As long as our schools are doing well, we don't care who's winning. All right. It's just the way it. As long as the three of them are doing well. And was she a basketball player?
Yes. She was.
You too?
Both of them.
No, she was a softball. She was the
softball
best
player?
pitcher around.
Okay.
She.
You're one of them fast pitch
Oh,
people?
she was unreal.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm amazed. I'm surprised you've got any back left after doing all that. I tell you, I watch those ladies throw those softballs, and I think, how in the world can they? It's amazing.
Yeah, I still have to throw like that. I can't throw overhand anymore, so I strictly throw underhand when we do dodgeball with the kids at the center. So they're kind of amazed that I do that.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. It's good to know that you all are products of the community and everything, and that's great. So, all right. Well,
Coach, they talked about summer camps too. Can we talk
who's
about
doing
summer
that? Tell us
camps?
about the summer camp.
Give us some summer camps about what you're doing for the summer and kids and stuff on that part, and
One of you start,
let them
the other
know
pick it right
so if
up.
we can get some more kids
Tell
out
us
there.
everything, what you're planning as far as, get that over there where she can, what you're planning as far as your activities for summer camp.
Well, our summer camp usually starts like the first full week in June, and we split the kids up based on ages. We do ages 5 to 12. We have to separate the 5-year-olds from the 12-year-olds because there tends to be fights over everything. So
Is that the 12 or 5-year-olds that fight over?
actually, the 5-year-olds beat up the 12-year-olds.
I could
It's kind of sad.
understand.
They're pretty controllable.
Oh yeah, they're up there. So, but like normal daily activities for us, we usually take them swimming outside to our pool, go outside, play kickball. They play on the playground. We got the outdoor basketball court that they can go do. Indoor basketball. We got arts and crafts. We got a movie room for them. They're pretty much occupied all day, every day. And then on Fridays, we take field trips. So that tends to be our big
Now,
seller
does that
on these
include
kids.
like going to the pool, doing those kind of things, or do you have your own pool?
We have our own pool at the center. It's connected to the center.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, that's
they
good.
go and swim about 3 or 4 times a week.
That's great.
Yeah, they enjoy it a lot.
That's good.
So
All right, tell us about Tell us about what you got going at your place. You same type of thing? Is it basically the same programs, just different place?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. We just make sure they get some writing in. We do a daily journal that they take home at the end. We also give school supplies at the end for the kids in camp. And this year we want to do more adventurous field trips because my age group, we don't really have as many younger ones as she does. We have most of the 10 to 12 or 13-year-olds, the ones that just want to compete in everything they do. So I would say mine is more like a competition camp. No matter what we do, coloring, playing basketball, journal writing, they're always competing and somebody wants to win. There has to be a winner in everything they do.
I got a grandson that's like that. He doesn't want anybody to. He'll go. He played in a basketball league. I'll never forget. He played in a basketball league where they didn't keep score.
Oh.
And when he'd get in the car, he'd tell Mom, "We won." Score was he could count it up, everything. It kind of gotten out of the way. This competition. We don't want anybody getting feelings hurt anymore. So, competition not good for you.
Here we go in the soapbox again.
We don't want it. We don't want a winner. We want everybody to be right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't work that way. That's not reality. Here we go. The soapbox.
Yeah.
You got to get off the
Ladies,
soapbox.
can you tell us how they can contact you or come by and sign up for their kids and what they need to do? The people are listening.
We actually have a Facebook page, College Hill Facebook page, and they can contact us through the Facebook page, or they could come by the center at 264 Berry Street. They can give us a call at 423-479-6370 or via email. Either way, but Facebook is normally where all my parents, because we have the same ones that come back each year.
So this starts when they get out of school?
We actually start the first day, the first full day after they get out of school because parents are needing a sitter. So we've been starting a little earlier.
Good.
Well, you have a great service for the community, and we thank you for that. We thank you all for what you're doing. Patty, we thank you for being. I want to be serious too. I like to have a lot of humor, but it's a serious job. We talk quite often about in here when we've met with these groups that we've had so far, is the fact that as residents of our community, we assume a lot of things are just there. We have, that just, there it is. It grows overnight. There's no order. Somebody has to organize it. Somebody has to get it out there. People show up and do it. And I know that probably you don't get enough thanks for what you do, but the fact is it's so deeply appreciated. And I know darn well the kids appreciate it, whether they tell you or not. And it's nice for them to have that outlet and a place to go, and the adults, the whole community. So you all have a very vital part of our blood system in this community, in serving the community and doing what you do. And we do appreciate that, right, Mr.?
I do.
Yes.
I do appreciate everything they do for the city on that part, on Park and Recreation. So,
I don't know anything about this, so I've got to learn. I've tried to learn from this guy, but anyway, it's,
we've just been together for about a couple months now, I guess. So
he's starting to rub off.
Yeah.
Mr. Hartman, have you got anything? They've kind of pushed you to the wall.
Yeah, let's hear.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say that you feel is important for not just your job, but for the whole department?
Well, for the most part, we're going as hard as we can, trying to get stuff cleaned up for the coming spring. We're going through and repainting most everything, the tables, actually restrooms, concession stands, and trying to get a good appearance on the whole park system. And the guys have worked real hard all winter in between snows and cold and everything else that we've got. But we're just getting ready for the upcoming spring, which will be here before we know it.
I guarantee you. And when we turn to February, I told my wife, I said, it won't be long. Walmart, all those places will have all the flowers and the trees and the bags and everything out there. I said, it just seems like we just got through summer, So, Patty, what else? Do you have anything else you wanna brag about or say anything about?
I just have a great staff, and they do a wonderful job. And I don't know if we are responsible for the streets, the right-of-way mowing and all that. So Dan has his hands full.
Yeah, Dan, what about that? What about somebody wants to, right away on a tree? I know we've had that come up before, and they want to trim it up or whatever, and it's in our right-of-way. Or we go take a tree out. How can you talk a little bit about that? How
Sure.
the process goes?
anything on right-of-way is city property.
Right.
And in some cases, it's hard to determine where the right-of-way is, which they could give me a call at the office. 472-4551 is the office number, and I can come out, able to figure out where the right-of-way falls. But if it's within the right-of-way, that's only can be performed by the city staff, or a permit can be issued to the homeowner if for some reason they want to get it faster than what we are able to get. And but right away is controlled by the city, so it's required to get a permit.
Yeah, we got into that with Public Works with Tommy, and how that works too. The people they get all upset when you go in there and try to do ditches and all that kind of thing. I'm sorry, folks. We got to do this.
Right.
So, but anyway.
And it's the same way with the trees.
Yeah. Right.
A lot of people don't realize that it's required. Because we've got a lot of resources invested to beautify the city, and we're trying to grow them correctly and keep them pruned and have it safe from as you drive down the street, walk down the sidewalks. That's kind of how I view my job, is be able to get you as a citizen from one end of the block to the other in a safe manner, that you don't have to worry about side obstructions or
well, it's always good to see sidewalks being put in, and it seems like that there's something happening all the time somewhere.
Right.
And sometimes people don't think it's happening fast enough, but again, there are a lot of conditions, money, everything that you have, people, personnel, time, weather, all the different type of things. So, and paving projects, all those things take into effect. Well, folks, we appreciate you coming, appreciate those smiling faces, and appreciate you, sweetheart. I love you. Did you hear that, folks? I'm going to get accused of sexual harassment but the thing about it is, I've got 4 or 5 witnesses here. So if it goes too far, I got the witnesses. So anyway, she's one of my favorite young ladies. So I have a lot of them. So that didn't sound good either, did it?
You just keep digging that hole.
Oh, that hole.
Deeper,
Go from the soapbox to the hole. Who knows there? Anyway.
You're going to put you in the soapbox.
All right, but anyway, we do appreciate you coming, and thank you, and love you, girl, and appreciate everything you do. Do you have anything else? I know. Do we have a little pretty woman?
We do have a little pretty woman.
I want some pretty woman before they leave.
All right. You gonna keep that same thing going, aren't you? Huh? All on the woman thing, huh? Here we go.
Okay.
in trouble and you need a helping hand, and nothing's going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh yeah, babe, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud now. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call up my name, and you know wherever
Good morning. Welcome to Whoop.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, how's it going? How much snow you got?
We don't have any snow, but it's cold and it's raining.
Oh, well, it's raining. It rained overnight here, too. Plus, I think we had a little black ice this morning, and that could have created some problems. Hopefully it wasn't anything serious.
We had like 37 this morning. By 4 o'clock this evening, it's going to be 29.
Yeah. Well, I think we were 28 this morning, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, it's pretty cold all over, I guess.
Well, I just want to call and wish you good luck on your endeavors, and I enjoyed listening to you.
Well, I appreciate it, and you'll never know how much I appreciate your son coming in and helping me. He has been a blessing here, and, maybe something will happen down the road. Who knows?
Okay. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much, and you take care. It's been great talking to you over these last few weeks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Let's go.
Okay.
See you there.
All right, that's good. Here we go. We got about 10 minutes left in this last show. Again, everybody, if you haven't been listening in or don't know, this will be the last Coach Schriver morning show. And bittersweet for me. I hate it because I really have enjoyed this. Had a vision out there to do a lot more and all that kind of stuff, but it's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. Because of the fact that I'm running for mayor.
Now, does that mean you got $1,000 and like a cookie crumbles?
Yeah,
all the crumble,
right. Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Whoop.
Good morning, Coach Schriver.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just want to say I'm going to miss you and your sidekick, Cassida. And I had to say that one more time.
Oh, definitely.
And I think I've been on your show twice, come in there and surprise you a little bit. But
I appreciate it, man.
Why don't you guys keep in touch with me now, because you know where you get in touch with me.
We will, and we want you to keep up with everything, and who knows, maybe somebody else will come in here and take this over sometime. I hope so. I hope we can find somebody to pick it up and carry the mantra, but it sure has been good talking with you, and I know I'll be seeing you down the road, big guy.
All right, guys.
All right. Appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, so, okay, again, continue on here. I do appreciate everybody who's been listening. If you've been watching us, seeing us on the radio, again, I want to emphasize my appreciation for Mr. Cassida here helping me out. It's really been a pleasure. It's been a great team. And I think that's what's it makes it more fun when you get somebody to converse with.
Coach, it's official.
What?
Groundhog saw a shadow in Pennsylvania. I just saw it on TV.
Really?
6 more weeks of winter.
See, I'm not.
So-
It would have surprised me if it had been the other way. I
Yeah.
just felt like, I'm
Yep.
sorry. When you get to February, you're going to have some more cold weather and stuff. So that's a good thing. I think probably it'll help. But again, in that 6 weeks, we'll go whoosh. And like I said before, we're going to be out there going to Walmart and Lowe's and picking up our trees and shrubs and all that kind of stuff and get started here. All right, folks. As we look into some of the more things going on here, so my understanding that Trump will allow the publication of the memo over strong objections of his own Justice Department. President Donald Trump will clear the way for the publication of a classified memo on the Russian investigation that Republicans say shows improper use of surveillance by the FBI. White House officials said Thursday that the FBI declared Wednesday that it has grave concerns about its accuracy. Well,
wait a minute now, Coach. Accuracy, fake news. I just want to see what the memo says and the intent of the memo.
Right.
Whether it's false or not, let everybody make a determination
Well,
on
that's
that.
it. The public has to be able to make their
Yeah.
own. And it's just like everything else. There's always somebody that doesn't want something out there. And I'll just be honest with you, folks. I'm tired of hearing about Russia. I've been hearing Russia since I was 5 years old. It's all I've heard. Get under the desk because it's coming, like it's going to help. And Russia. And it's still talking about Russia. And, get over it. Let's move on. Nothing's going to change. So, anyway, we've got other things here. DACA deal. Is that what it is you were talking about? They got a deal going
No,
on?
they don't have a deal. They're still working on it.
Still working on
Still
it?
working on it, yeah.
Okay.
So, on that part.
All right, you had a little thing here on Unum Group.
Yep.
Which is headquartered in downtown Chattanooga.
Chattanooga,
Is
yep.
boosting its minimum pay to $15 an hour, extending parental leave benefits, and adding its charitable contributions after reporting record profits last year.
Yep.
All right, something's working out there, right? Is that showing it?
That's showing it. I mean,
there's a lot of
it's gonna have
things,
to do.
these tax deductions and things that's creating jobs and stuff.
And with the jobs minimum wage, you won't have to worry about it. You're going to have to pay more money for a person in order to retain them. So it's going to be tighter in the market.
Okay.
You got something there for the first British public men's toilet open. This is really unique. In 1852, Coach.
1850.
Yeah, there was a George Jennings plumber that installed.
Plumber.
What's it say there?
He's a plumber?
Yeah, he was a plumber. But he installed what he called monkey closets in the retiring rooms in the Crystal Palace. This is over in Europe. These monkey closets created a lot of excitement through the first public toilets that ever been seen. Okay, visitors paid a penny, and for that penny that you spent, you received a clean seat, a towel, a comb, and a shoe shine, Coach. Can you imagine where you're using the bathroom and somebody's shining your shoes at that time? Huh? On that part. Yeah, and the thing is, you cannot make this stuff up, Coach.
Close quarters.
Close quarters, yeah. It's a monkey closet. So, but you can't make this stuff up. Now, the toilets really became popular after this gentleman devised a flushing mechanism for central flushing. When you pull the chain down, do you know what his name was? This guy is actually, his name is Thomas Crapper. So I guess that's where the word, when the people say that, is, I need to go to the,
right.
But that's actually the guy's name. So,
I tell you what.
I mean, how these things up. Last of all, 1962, 8 of 9 planets lined up the first time in 400 years. So, and they must be lined up right now because the show, that you're going off. So I thought that would be a good tribute to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And in 1932, Al Capone was sent to prison.
Yep.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
That's interesting.
And the G.I. Joes made their debut, the boys' toys, to this day on 1964. You remember the G.I. Joes?
I had just graduated in 63, so I never got into that. I don't know what there was about that. I was into baseball cards, and I was into stamp collecting. So that was
collecting?
Yep. So, yeah, I wasn't sure I wanted to go with this or not. I don't know.
All right.
There's some things you don't say on your last day on the job.
Okay.
Folks, again, here we are running close to 3 minutes to 8, and it's going to be, it is bittersweet for me. It's funny how you can get tied to something in such a short period of time. We've only been here 6 months, but it's been a great 6 months. I appreciated everybody's loyalty. Again, I appreciate you if you've been able to listen anytime. You know, if you've been able to listen for the show, or you've been able to listen for 10 minutes or 5 or a minute. Do appreciate you doing that. Again, I want to emphasize that I appreciate Whoop Radio giving me the opportunity to do this and have this forum. It has been a fun time. I appreciate Daniel over there for giving me that opportunity and always being there when I needed him. So, you know, we're very, very fortunate. I'll thank Tom one more time. And I do appreciate everybody. And I will be running for Cleveland mayor, and that's where my efforts will be going now. And I will try to, as much as I love the city, that will be my goal. So, and to serve the people again. And so anyway, we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you. Love you. We're gonna close out with bye-bye. Right?
Bye-bye. Yep. We are,
bye-bye, folks.
Here we go.
Love you.